I gave you 3 sons, bitch. 3 sons. I had a miscarriage. I went to jail for 17 years so you could build this empire. Yeah, follow me, because I'm about to show you whose DNA is all up in here.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Yes, Empire is back. We already know. We excited. Guys, make sure you subscribe and comment down below for your chance to be featured in my next Empire recap. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's get right down and dirty into it. So I'm not going to say every little single thing, but we're going to talk about some of the things that really caught my attention. So Luscious Lyon is up on stage and he is rapping, honey. He is giving, he was giving us Lucifer, okay? That's what he was giving us. I mean, he's there talking about the release of his new album. He also had Remy Ma slaying the stage. Like, she was really doing her thing. I was like, yes. She had her hair laid and slayed as well. She was talking about, we gonna make it hot like inferno. I was like, okay, yes. It was nice to see her on there, though. So Lucious, like I said, he's releasing a new album, and he didn't even mention anything to Cookie. It was kind of like a surprise to her. So Cookie starts playing Hardball as well. You know, she was like, you know what? All right, you want to play this game? I got you. And she brings out his mama. So everybody's like, wait, hold on. We thought your mama was dead. You know, so yeah, all of a sudden, she's up on stage like smiling like, hi, everybody. And he's like, well, hot diggity dog, what do I do now? She done messed this up. Cookie's like, shots fired. Bam. I was like, okay, you already know when you mess with Cookie, you mess with the wrong one, because she'll come and she'll come harder. But these two, it's like they just love to mess with each other. But it's just amazing, like, and we love it. So yeah, now Xavier, Mr. A R, they was having like a meeting or whatever, and after he got a little promotion and everything, he thinks that he's Mr. Big, Bad, and Tough guy, trying to tell Becky something about he could fire her just because he was mad that she made him look bad in front of like the board and stuff like that. I was like, boy, bye. Don't let the little promotion get to your head, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't because the black woman helped you out and gave you something to you know, put out there, you would not have gotten to the position that you're in now. I mean, just plain and simple. Jamal is about to come out of rehab, and Cookie, she's a little worried because she just wants to know that her baby boy is going to be coming back with good health and, you know, just nice and strong. So when she does see him, he does look good, and he has a new friend. This I feel like she's a real singer, isn't she? I mean, her face looks so familiar. But yeah, she sounded like a real singer when we heard her later on. But yeah, his like rocker looking chick friend, and that's in rehab, who seems like she's also famous and was in the tabloids and things like that, because when Lucious and, well, when Cookie and the rest of them came, they just knew her spot on, and they knew the storylines behind her demise and how she got there. So they thought that Lucious wasn't going to actually show up, but lo and behold, he did show up, and he was throwing shade, honey. He was all talking about how, he did say, you know, you look good, son, but then he also mentioned about the pills that his mama got him hooked on. And, you know, he was saying that he wants to come out, he wants to work on music, and he kind of snapped for a moment there. He had like a moment where he kind of went back into a dark place, because he was like, yeah, he wants to go out, he wants to go back to the sink to get them pills out the drain. And you know, she kind of looked guilty because she knew that he was talking about her and the fact that she was the one who gave him the pills from the drain, just so that he would be able to do the performance, as opposed to just letting him kind of like go through the withdrawal symptoms or make him go to rehab before he went on stage. No, it was a little selfish, to be honest. And that's exactly what Lucious said. Like, she was more so worried and chose her boyfriend over the well-being of her child. I mean, sometimes the truth hurts. I mean, you hate to admit it, but sometimes that Luscious Lyon, he kind of got something when he says certain things, even though you're like, dang, his delivery is just so poor. So now Andre meets with Shyne to brag about the fact that now he's going to have Nessa doing this big spot for Next Up. And he kind of took it from under Hakeem, because Hakeem was trying to get Tiana to do it. But he pulled some strings and just kind of had his dad say, yeah, we're going to put Nessa on. Because right now he's the closest one to his father. Everybody else is kind of on Cookie's side. Well, at least Hakeem is. So Shyne is like, so Andre is like, oh, we're gonna kill him or whatever. We're gonna take it from under him. Shyne is kind of like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea right now because he's about to get real big. And he's like, you know, there's gonna be a lot of heat on him and stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot more spotlight on him. And he's like, I'm not gonna take it from him. I'm gonna kill him. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I don't know. This dude is the one who needs to go to some type of help because he's definitely doing the most. Like, he's becoming some kind of, like, scam artist. I mean, he always had a little dark side to him, but it's coming out a lot more now. So, with Shyne, Andre mentions that we're going to form an army, and he's like, with who? With my guys? And he's like, well, I like to call them our guys. And I was just like, this Andre, he's changing. Lucious, he plays hardball while being asked at a press conference about his mom and how she was resurrected from the dead, you know? And he kind of deflects and he starts talking about his new person that he's the mayoral candidate. I'm trying to sound all proper and professional, y'all. The candidate that he's going to endorse to become the mayor, okay? That's what he starts talking about. And he says that he'll give a reward for the person who is able to help convict and arrest the criminal Angelo DeBo. So he's basically trying to see if anybody would come forward and just kind of prove what that press guy was saying before in the end of the last season, or the season finale, whatever. Nessa, she was performing on stage, and who comes and takes over? None other than Hakeem and Tiana. And it was like super epic. They came, didn't miss a beat. It just kind of looked real seamless at first. Like, you know, it was a lot of attitude there. It was really good for like TV, good for press, good for numbers and things like that. And it was actually Cookie, I guess it was Cookie's idea, because she was just smiling and basking in the glory of what was going on. But then it all kind of went downhill because what's her name, Nessa, she was upset and she started saying little things to Tiana, who you know, she fired back. And then it just, yeah, they actually started fighting on stage. So, yeah, these two girls was going at it, pulling at their hairs and stuff. And Shyne talking about let them fight. I'm like, what you mean let them fight? Ain't this your, what is that, his cousin? Like, you talking about let her fight so she could get her face ruined, face scratched? And then he's like, yeah, Nessa. And I'm like, this is not acceptable. Like, this is not the street. They're supposed to be professionals. This is not okay. I mean, it makes for good drama TV, don't it? So yeah, they was fighting on stage, and then meanwhile, I think it was Cookie who got a call that said that Jamal had broke out of rehab. So when they did the counts, they realized that he wasn't there. Him and that rockstar chick had broke out because they wanted to make music, and she was just like, well, let's do it, you know? So yeah, him and her, they go to this like little hole-in-the-wall studio spot so that they can make music. And Lucious and Cookie, they kind of bust through and they hear them actually singing, and it just sounds so beautiful. And the words were just like really like just one of those songs that you could kind of, well, some people could kind of like relate to. I definitely need to get that song because that song was hot. Okay, it's one that I could definitely add to my little music, my little iPod that I'm over here using right now. Yeah, but Lucious and Cookie, like after they talk to him and just make sure that he's not doing any drugs while he's there, and they said they will search the place from top to bottom, they allow him and her to just kind of continue their session. Cookie has Jamal in, I think it was in her house, or was it his house? It was one of their house. And she asked him, like, straight up, are you a dope fiend? And he was just like, no, he's not into the pills or any other substance. He just wants to be focused on the music right now. And Jamal tells her that Lucious has some kind of twisted love for her from all the things that he's done to kind of stop Angelo from being by her side, like, and all this press stuff and just trying to ruin Angelo. It's some twisted type of love. Didn't he make a song like that last season? Those words sound so familiar. So Lucious ends up firing Xavier because Thirsty said that he did something. So Thirsty pretty much hooked Becky up because Becky was talking to him about how she feels, and she went with him, like, to all the places he had to go blackmail people and stuff like that, and kidnap grandmas and all that. So he ends up helping her out in the long run. And it's funny because when they kind of like split up, when they was leaving, and he was like, just let the universe do its thing. He was like, yeah, you know, a lot of things is business, but it's also personal as well, because she said that that's what Xavier would tell her when he does something grimy to her. So when he was pretty much getting dragged out of there because he was fired, he was all like, Becky, you know me. Tell them, come on. She's like, sorry, it's not personal, it's business. I was like, score, boo. You better let them know. Yes. Like, during this whole meeting that they were having when they fired him, Lucious also had a big announcement to make. He's hiring a new A&R now that that spot is available. It's somebody whose DNA is running through this place. You know, somebody who's buried his child. Somebody who's done, like, at first, before the bear the child part, Becky was, you know, smiling, like, thinking it was her. Then all of a sudden, he's like, my wife, Mrs. Anika Lyon. Oh boy. He is trying to start that fire. No, he already done started the fire. He is like spreading the fire. That's what he's doing. So yeah, he straight up walks, Cookie straight up walks out, because, you know, she was vexed after she hear all of that, because she's like, hold on, he ain't give me no speech like that, and she had one little baby for him, and that's the way he gonna praise her, you know, put her up on this high pedestal like she about to save the place. Word, that's how we doing this. So honey's child, Lucious is in the studio late at night, you know, working, doing his thing, and Cookie walks in like a five-star, like with fury in her eyes, nothing but green, with envy, jealousy, and just pure wickedness. Like, she was ready to go for his head. So she comes with that bat, boom, starts mashing up all of his plaques and them. Like, she's like, this is the one that you created. When I think she said all these different scenarios. She's like, you know, I was watching you on TV when you got this one. Boom. She's like, do you know that I was in jail? And then she said where she was, like, in jail in this dirty room when he got this one. She's like, I helped you to write this one. She's like, this is the one that you got when you stopped coming for me, when you stopped coming to see me. The critics said it was whack. Yeah, I bet you I know why. Boom. She broke up his little awards, his little, like, everything. And, you know, he tried to come and get her, you know, kind of restrain her, but that didn't work. She whopped him one good one. Whop! And he told the security guard to leave. He's like, you about to die. Then they finally, like, after she tells him, like, you know, she did all this for him. Like, you could tell, even though she was going off, this was the kind of pain. This was the pain that when you have so much pain that it just turns to anger. And that's kind of, she was just kind of letting out her frustrations. I mean, it might not have been in the best way, but this was her way. And she was just kind of breaking stuff, and just to kind of show him, like, hit him where it hurts, because these things are all precious to him. So she just kind of, like, you know, whop. And she's like, I did this. Like, I went to jail for 17 years for you. Like, she ain't never gonna let him forget that. I mean, she done said it in almost every episode. She's like, you know, I missed all of these years of my kid's life because of you. And she's like, I had your kids. I had 3 of them. I had a miscarriage. Like, doesn't that count for anything? you know, but you over here talking about the next chick and how she's Mrs. Lyon, and, you know, she's like, what are you trying to do to me? And eventually they catch each other's eyes, and there goes that passion once again. Like, they start, like, kissing, almost get into it, but she kind of catch herself real quick, and she's like, hold on, I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. I'm done with you. And plus, I mean, girl, you got your boo thing back. You can't be doing that, because then he going to be like, yes, I got her. You know, and he would be the first one to make it slip up somehow, some way to Angelo, and let him know that his chick is trifling and doing him. So she just kind of like, after that, she was just like, no, I'm done with you. And she kind of walks on the picture of him and Anika that she done mashed up, and just kind of walks out. But girl, boy, let me tell you, that scene was like powerful. Like, this joy be having me like, yes, you better show him, girl. Like, I'm so serious. I be going in, and I'm not even feeling that well. Y'all probably could hear my voice a little something, but I'm trying to like not let it get me down and get these videos out here. So definitely, you know, show you girls some love. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Later.